one more try here, please. Okay. Says the mic is on.
You might need to start and restart your computer, but we're gonna go into executive session right after we start, so you can just do a voice memo and then figure it out. I think probably restarting it will resolve the issue. Sometimes when you're attached to different components, it gets all wacky.
Are we on now? All right, we've got a phone. Is this on? No, it's not.
We have this going?
Yes,
So
sir.
we're good. Okay.
Okay, so we're ready to go.
Yes.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Rural Township Trustees to all please rise and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Trustee Bullard.
Here.
Trustee O'Brien. Here. Trustee Britt.
Here.
Okay, this is a special meeting on Wednesday, August 21st, 5 o'clock. The next item is executive session in regard to collective bargaining. Would you like to go to an executive session?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to recess into executive session from special meeting session pursuant to ORC 121.22G4, preparing for conducting and reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment.
And who should attend?
With all the members of the board and the fiscal officer present.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Rail.
Yes.
Bullard.
Yes. We're now in executive session.
Okay, it's back on.
Okay, with that, I'd like to make a motion that we return to regular session from executive session. So
Second.
moved. Call the roll, please.
Rail,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Fuller.
Yes. We had an executive session and no decisions were made and no actions were taken. Do we have anything else on collective bargaining?
Well, for the next item to consider, the collective bargaining agreement, the firefighters did approve the collective bargaining agreement. I think it is, I mean, certainly I would have liked to have gotten what we had as presented, but I think it's a fair agreement, and because of that, I would recommend adoption.
Okay, and it's for 3 years,
Well, it's from 3 years, from a year and a month ago.
so it's technically a little less than 2 years from now, but the agreement is a 3-year agreement, which has taken us a year and a little bit more to.
About a year and a half, because we started in, I think it was April or May of 2023.
So does that mean that we should start the next agreement, which is about a year and a half from now when this one expires, start negotiating it now in order to be able to have it in place when the contract
I think
expires?
September 1st of next year would be a great time to start.
You understand what
I do now.
And I don't mean it.
Okay, but I think that it can only be open 90 days ahead unless there's an agreement to really do something for that current year,
Okay,
not for when it expires. So, I mean, if we wanted to have a change, we could certainly reopen, but it's a reopener, and reopeners have their cans of worms.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm not asking to do anything with this one and all that, I'm just asking about the
Right,
next one, because it's taken so long to get there on this one. This is just the first time through, wanting to trying to give people some understanding of how we got here, or how,
Right.
make sure that we're not gonna have it again.
well,
Precisely.
there's no assurance of that in any way. But for the public's knowledge, this is only the second contract.
Mhm.
So having a relatively new union, it takes longer, and that's to be expected. Hopefully, it becomes less and less time consuming because,
Okay, I mean, that makes perfect sense. If we were standing back and looking at it, I would question it, why did it take so long to get here? But I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that we were all trying to work to get to a solution. And by all, I mean, everybody collective bargaining and us, but it's taken a year and a half to get there. And, don't want it to take that long next time.
agreed, having lived through.
Okay.
So if I may offer a resolution to be considered, I move that we adopt the collective bargaining agreement between the Berlin Township Trustees and the IAFF Local 5225 as forwarded to the fire chief from Dave Riepenhoff on August 15th, 2024 at 1:09 p.m.
Second.
Discussion?
I think that I just want to echo your sentiment in saying that I think it is a fair deal, and it's with great appreciation for what all of our firefighters do, and I think this reflects that.
Just as an aside, the signed contract that the firefighters signed is in possession of the union local president, and he's not here currently. I believe he's perhaps on vacation, or I think, but I don't know. But anyway, he's not here right now. So we will not sign it tonight. We'll sign it later. But I got that cleared through Dave Riepenhoff that that's not a problem. We can sign it when he sends it to us.
Okay,
And then it will be circulated to, probably our attorney and then their attorney, and she will sign it. And so it'll take a while before it gets back here, but that's the process.
We're keeping it moving forward.
There you go.
and my reading of it says that the residents and the union members of the bargaining units are both well served by the agreement. Thank you for the work on it, but it is the right thing to do at this point in time.
Yes,
in my mind.
totally agree.
Okay, any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Rail,
Yes,
O'Brien,
Yes.
Fuller.
Yes. Okay, so that concludes what we'll do today on that.
On that, yes.
Okay, okay, the next item is, consider take action regarding quotes from Harrison Keeler for fiber installation and associated items, including action on items on the quote dated 10/17/23. I believe you worked on that, Ken.
Yes.
Could you, Trustee O'Brien?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. As you recall, last year, the board had me do 2 quotes for fiber installation. The difficulty, well, and they both came in very close to each other. So a difficulty was that there was, in order to get a quote, I needed to get a quote, but it was only good for, I think it was 30 days by both of them. And it's taken a while for the county to get to the place where we could take action on this, because we wanted to make sure that they were good to go and that they could move forward. So I relayed the information to Steve Lewis as soon as Tiffany Jenkins had told me that the county wanted to meet with them. And it was one of those things that was, wait, okay, now we're ready, let's get it done. So it was fortunate that Harrison Hebner, I don't know if it's Hebner or Hebner, said that they would honor the 10/17/2023 quote, which I'm very pleased about, because
keeps us under.
it keeps us under the $75,000 requirement for not having to do prevailing wages and going out to bid. And it doesn't reflect any inflation, which I'm sure we've all experienced inflation in the past year. So I would recommend that we adopt this. Now, I did speak with the assistant prosecutor this afternoon just to make sure that we're still okay. He said under $75,000, and he said to make sure that there's no fines for recovery. I asked our fiscal officer to verify that there was no findings for recovery. He did, and so I would like to take action on this today. The question that I would ask is, if we do approve it, is to who we want to execute the document and to work with the contractor. And it doesn't have to be the same person that does both, but that's a question before the motion is put into play.
Well, I mean, you've done the legwork on this. Is there any reason why it shouldn't be you moving forward?
No, the only things to consider on this is that you have more familiar with what's going on in
The technology.
the technology. And Trustee Bullard has more knowledge of what's going on with the roads and has a better relationship with the county in regards to roads. I have the better relationship and technology with the county.
Mhm.
So any of the 3 of us makes sense. So I don't care, because any of the 3 of us makes sense.
Well, I can connect whomever you work with our IT team, so that the county IT and IT Made Real could work together on it, which means that I don't need to necessarily be the rep on it.
Okay.
Kind of similar for you with Jesse, because Jesse could probably kind of work and do the installation portion and help with that, give guidance. Maybe it should be you in tandem with Jesse on this. And then I connect IT, the county IT on the projects. Which I have the individual's number, and I called it, and, yeah, Steve Lewis. I called it, and it never went to anything. It just kept ringing continuously, so I'm not sure exactly what happened.
I talked with him today, or maybe it was yesterday. I'll pull up his number just to
Yeah,
make sure that,
maybe I wrote it down wrong, I didn't even get the voicemail.
yeah, that's weird.
So I can connect that, and then maybe you can connect Jesse with Trustee O'Brien, and you can continue to do the paperwork on our county side on that.
So I will need, since it sounds like it's gonna be me, if I'm the one signing this, I'd like somebody else to make the motion to authorize it. Now, one thing that I had thought about doing is, and for your consideration, usually we up this a little bit, but we can't go 20% more because that would put us over. So I was thinking,
74,999.
I would just do 74,000 and then with the expected to be.
Move to appropriate $74,000 with the expected amount of 72,693.40 to Harris and Hefner, for the purposes of installation of fiber to the township hall, pursuant to the quote provided on 10/17/2023, and authorize Trustee O'Brien to execute any associated documents with this project.
And I will second that. Question is, or comment, since this is a little bit different than a road job, because a road job is the county engineer has to do an estimate for us, we can compare that with what we're getting, and all that sort of thing. We don't have an estimate for this, but we've got two quotes which were similar
It's very similar.
in nature, so I hope that's an indication that they're near where we're
Due diligence, yeah,
which is the right place to be.
yeah.
So it sounds like we're in the right way to do that.
And in tandem with what you're saying, it's very close to what Steve Lewis was expecting before the quotes came in.
Yeah, so that's a third source of confirmation that this is a proper range for the project.
Okay, and then the follow-on to this is, when we get this in place, it'll get fiber optic run from the fire station to here. And then we've got the next step, which is to put the equipment in and make the connections and make the software, make everything work and all that sort of stuff. And there will be some handoff between our current vendors and Steve Lewis to be able to get to the point of being in the county program. And that's not part of what we're doing here. What we're doing here is just getting the physical fiber optic in place to get from there to here.
Yes. Now, we did already approve
Yeah.
the agreement with the county.
Mhm.
Because I wanted to make sure that we had that agreement before we
Before we
spent the
did
money.
this, yeah.
So we've got the agreement with the county, and we've got the vendor. We now need to get the two working together to exact that handoff.
Exactly. And in fact, that was working, of course, if we don't approve this, then that whole thing go away. But Steve Lewis is already working with them to get them connected with Brian Dillion.
And Steve Lewis has he seen this quote?
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
In fact, he forwarded it, no, but yes, he has.
And so we've got the county's blessing on it and being able to move forward. Okay, any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Bullard,
Yes.
Rail,
Yes,
O'Brien.
Yes. So I will sign this now. Jeff, and then if you can do the purchase order, and, the certificate of available funds, and then I'll get the ball rolling. Okay?
It's great. Thanks for your work on that.
You're welcome. That's another one, just like, it seems like I don't do as many projects, but as you all do, but when I do them, they are long and fun.
To each their own.
Question that I have on it is the work that Heather is doing, does that coordinate with what Strawberry's doing out there? And has that,
So
that combination has already been figured in?
So that's being worked on currently. And I think that Tiffany thought that they wanted all this road work done before that happened. I don't think that anymore. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say rushed, but it's,
We're catching up.
there you go.
We need to keep this moving, and it would be good to
Yeah.
coordinate, otherwise we gotta put down the new blacktop and then go back and dig it up. Put it in.
That's not gonna, yeah.
Well, but remember, they are boring.
But you understand what
I do understand. I totally
I'm
understand.
just saying, they gotta get complete, and then we gotta figure out.
Okay.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
second. Call the roll, please.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Fuller,
Yes.
Randall.
Yes.
Now,